Have you ever looked into someone's eyes for the first time and felt as though you'd known them forever? That sense of eerie familiarity, that pull deeper than logic, is not mere chemistry or coincidence. It is karma, gently tugging at the unseen threads that bind two souls across time. In the world of spirit, nothing happens randomly. Every relationship is a return, a reunion, a response to the energy once released and now cycling back home. You do not simply marry someone, you continue a dance that may have begun lifetimes ago, long before your current name or face ever existed. Karma is not punishment or reward. It is memory, etched not in your conscious mind, but in the soul's deeper layers. The soul, unlike the body, does not forget. It carries with it every wound it endured and every kindness it extended. And when the time is right, those records awaken, drawing you toward people with whom the story isn't finished. That story may be one of love left incomplete. Perhaps, in another life, you loved someone dearly but were pulled apart by war, distance, or death. Or maybe you harmed someone, knowingly or not, and now you meet again. Not to suffer, but to heal, to balance, to understand. A difficult marriage is not always a curse. Sometimes it's a sacred opportunity to repair what was broken, to grow beyond who you once were. You might wonder, then why don't I remember any of this? The answer is simple. If you did, the lesson would be spoiled. The soul seeks experience, not spoilers. It desires transformation, not transactions. So, karma does not shout, it whispers. It speaks through your emotions, your triggers, your unexplainable attraction or aversion. That electric spark you feel when you meet someone new, it might not be new at all. It might be a recognition, soul to soul, of a bond once felt before. The comfort you feel in their presence may stem from centuries of shared laughter. The conflict might be echoes of unhealed tension. Both are signposts. Both are mirrors. Marriage, from a karmic lens, is not a random arrangement. It's a soul contract, agreed upon long before your current birth. Two spirits decide to walk a path together, to teach and learn, to hurt and heal, to mirror and mature. Sometimes that path is brief, sometimes it's a lifetime, but always it's purposeful. That's why people say things like,
click, whisper. Now listen carefully. Karma does not mean you are destined to suffer in a relationship. It means the universe is offering you a stage, an intimate, emotional classroom where deeper learning can unfold. Whether you play your part in fear or wisdom, that's where free will enters. Karma brings the blueprint. You choose how to build. Have you ever seen couples who argue constantly yet cannot part ways? Or others who part lovingly as if they were only meant to share a short chapter? Both are karmic in nature. One is tied by unresolved knots, the other by a completed mission. Karma isn't about making something last, it's about making something meaningful. Even in painful marriages, even in divorce, there is karma being completed. Perhaps you needed to learn strength, or forgiveness, or patience. Perhaps the other needed to learn humility or trust. Whatever the lessons, they arrive dressed as everyday life, through shared bills, midnight arguments, or quiet walks when no one else is watching. Not all karmic bonds are intense or dramatic. Some are sweet, nurturing, like old friends holding hands in a new skin. They feel easy because the debts are cleared, the energy is balanced. These marriages are gifts, celebrations of soul work done in past lives, now free to simply love without agenda. But even in such unions, growth continues. Karma may be light, but it's still active. It's the fertile soil from which shared dreams grow, raising children, building legacies, creating peace. And yet, karma is not destiny carved in stone. It is a river, not a prison. The choices you make today shape the ripples of tomorrow. If you bring awareness into your relationship, if you respond instead of react, love instead of blame, then you can rewrite even the hardest karma. That's the secret. Karma is not fate. Karma is feedback. So, the next time you look at your partner, not just the one you marry, but anyone you feel bound to, ask yourself, what am I here to learn? What is being mirrored to me? And what energy am I bringing into this sacred bond? Is it fear? Is it control? Is it unconditional love? Each answer will reveal a layer of your karmic connection. And through that reflection, you evolve.
Before we continue this journey inward, take a quiet moment to support this sacred space. If these words have touched your heart, if you feel a shift, a spark, or even a simple sense of peace, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. It's a small gesture, but it helps this wisdom reach the ones still searching. And perhaps that's the greatest karma we can share. Truth passed forward. Thank you for walking this path with us. Now, let's continue. Who sees a month the your division of stuff? Because in truth, every relationship, romantic or otherwise, is a spiritual contract disguised as coincidence. And marriage? Marriage is just the classroom where the syllabus is the soul, the homework is emotional honesty, and the final exam is compassion. To recognize this is not to romanticize pain, it is to honor purpose. To realize that even heartbreak has a higher function. It cracks the ego so the soul can see its own reflection. So if you're wondering, why them? Know that the answer may not lie in this lifetime, but in the echoes of the ones before it. Karma connects, but love transforms. And in between, we meet each other again, not by accident, but by design. What if I told you, the person lying next to you each night, the one who shares your roof, your routine, your dreams, isn't just your spouse. They are your mirror, and sometimes your master. Not a master in the worldly sense, no, but in the way the universe sends us teachers cloaked in the everyday. A soft word, a sharp glance, an old argument playing on repeat like a broken prayer, these are the tools of awakening. And marriage is the monastery. Karma doesn't deliver the partner your ego craves. Karma delivers the soul who will show you the parts of yourself you cannot see, and sometimes don't want to. The short temper you defend, the fear of abandonment you hide, the need for control you deny. All of it finds a mirror in the one you marry. That is the hidden alchemy of union, not romance, but revelation. You may wonder, but what if I chose wrong? But karma does not play dice. If someone enters your life with enough gravity to anchor your future, then know this: they carry a piece of your curriculum. Even their silence is a syllabus. Even their flaws are feedback. Reflective. Some partners will mirror your light, reminding you how far you've come, how deeply you can love, how worthy you are of tenderness. These are sacred reflections, gifts of grace. Others will mirror your shadow. They will ignite wounds you thought were healed. They will press on your insecurities, magnify your triggers, disturb your comfort. And still, this too is love. Fierce love. Love that awakens. The ancient ones say, if you are brave enough to stay, your partner becomes your path. And this is why marriage feels both divine and difficult. Because the soul didn't come here for constant harmony. It came here to evolve. Your partner is not perfect, and neither are you. But together, you are perfectly matched for mutual transformation. You see, the soul doesn't seek comfort. It seeks awakening. Comfort may be a warm bed. Awakening is what makes you toss and turn in it. Comfort says, let me be who I've always been. Awakening says, become who you were meant to be. And so your partner pokes at your soft spots, not out of cruelty, but because the karma between you requires movement. Their actions, their attitudes, their love or lack of it, all become catalysts. Each interaction a ceremony, each reaction a choice. You can react, or you can reflect. You can blame, or you can become. You can cling to the illusion that they must change, or you can look in the mirror they hold up and change the story you see. Now, let me say this with great compassion. Not all marriages are meant to last a lifetime. Some are sacred storms, meant to clear karma, to burn illusions, to shake you into clarity. Their purpose isn't longevity. Their purpose is awakening. And when that work is done, release becomes holy. But for those who stay, for those who grow together, your partner becomes more than a person. They become a portal into your inner world, a reminder of your projections, a constant echo. Look here, still more to learn. And what greater gift is there than someone who helps you see yourself fully? Not all reflections are pretty. Some will sting, some will humble. But every single one brings you closer to truth. Marriage is not about fixing the other. It is about refining the self. It is about seeing clearly where you cling, where you judge, where you've built walls. And then choosing to grow, not in spite of your partner, but because your partner
is not your enemy. They are the divine, disguised in human skin. And when you treat them as such, the relationship becomes spiritual practice. It becomes a temple, a place where ego is humbled, where patience is purified, where love transcends conditions. So the next time your partner frustrates you, ask not, "Why are they doing this to me?" Ask instead, "What are they showing me about myself?" Because in that reflection lies your evolution. Mirror or master, your spouse is both, and the love you build or break will echo beyond this life. Karma has no deadlines, but love is always now. Love is not always a gift. Sometimes it's a debt, not in the way money binds us, but in the quiet echoes of promises made lifetimes ago. Many of the people we meet, especially those we marry, are not strangers. They are reunions. A glance that feels familiar, a touch that awakens something ancient, a pull so strong, so irrational, it overrides logic. These are not random encounters. They are karmic invitations, contracts drafted long before you were born, signed not with ink, but with emotion. Some say, "I don't know why I love them. I just do." Others whisper, "I feel like I owe them something. I can't explain it." And that, my friend, is the soul remembering. Marriage is often the fulfillment of spiritual IOUs, promises made under moonlight, vows whispered in lifetimes now buried under dust, emotional debts unpaid, stories left unfinished. All of it lingers in your soul's library. You may have left someone in a past life, abruptly, painfully. You may have pledged eternal love and never returned. You may have caused harm or received it. These energies don't simply vanish. Karma is a patient accountant. And marriage? It's one of its preferred ledgers. This is why some marriages begin with a wildfire of intensity. You don't fall in love, you fall into recognition. The soul sighs, "Ah, you again." But with recognition often comes reckoning. Some marriages aren't about romance, they're about resolution. They carry the weight of unfinished conversations, unforgiven betrayals, unmet needs. You might feel compelled to protect someone who's hurt you. You might endure what others would walk away from, not because you are weak, but because your karma is strong. And when the debt runs deep, love can feel like a duty, not a desire. Karmic contracts show up in mysterious ways. You may marry someone who once mothered you. You may find yourself raising a partner who once abandoned you. You may meet a soulmate only to discover the timing is poisoned by karma not yet cleared. And yet, every moment together, even the painful ones, is a form of balancing. Each act of patience pays down a past debt. Each expression of forgiveness frees you both. Each boundary, set with love, rewrites an old, painful script. But karma is not punishment. It is process. It does not seek revenge. It seeks restoration. Your marriage is not a courtroom. It is a classroom. And the curriculum? Love in all its forms. Sometimes love says, "Stay and heal together." Other times, love says, "Let go
and release each other. Both can be karmic. Both can be sacred. Now, not every intense relationship is meant for marriage. Some soul debts are repaid quickly, like a flame that flares and dies. Others stretch across decades, like rivers slowly cutting through stone. But know this, if you are married, there is a reason. Even if that reason is to teach you self-worth, to teach you how to receive love, or to teach you when to walk away with grace. Sometimes fulfilling a karmic contract means staying. Sometimes it means enduring. And sometimes it means freeing each other from the illusion that love means ownership. Let go of the idea that love must always feel good. Sometimes love feels heavy because your soul is working, because it's balancing, because it's healing what was once broken. And in those quiet moments, when you feel that strange sense of obligation, that sense of being tied to someone beyond reason, pause. Close your eyes. Breathe. Ask your soul, is this love? Or is this a debt of love being repaid? Your heart may answer with silence, or it may pulse with clarity. Either way, the truth lives inside you. We do not always marry for joy. We marry for balance. We marry for closure. We marry to set old stories free, and sometimes to write new ones with a cleaner hand. The karma behind every relationship is not always visible, but it is always precise. And in that precision lies a hidden mercy, the mercy of a universe that never forgets its promises and never lets you forget yours.
Our marriages are like mountain paths, long, steady, enduring. Others are more like doorways. They appear, open us, change us, and then ask us to walk on.
We often think love is only real if it lasts forever. But karma doesn't care about duration. It cares about completion. Some karmic connections are designed to burn fast and teach deep. They enter your life with force, stir everything you've buried, awaken parts of you long forgotten. And then they leave, not out of failure, but out of fulfillment. These relationships are not accidents. They are lessons wrapped in human form, lessons that shout, lessons that whisper, lessons that bruise, and lessons that bless. Sometimes you fall in love only to learn self-respect. Sometimes you marry only to learn how to let go. Sometimes the person you love the most becomes your greatest mirror, reflecting the pain you never knew you carried. Love begins with a spark, but karma, it begins with a question. What must I learn here? And when the answer has been received, when the soul has digested the teaching, the bond may dissolve, not because love has failed, but because the assignment is complete. Not all relationships are meant to grow old. Some are meant to grow you. Think of the tree that needs a storm to break open its seeds, or the pearl that's formed only after the irritation of the grain. Pain can be a teacher. So can departure. And sometimes, the highest form of love is to walk away with grace. To bless each other's journey without clinging. To say, I see what you gave me. Thank you. I release you now. But we don't always listen to that inner voice. We try to hold on. We stay, out of fear, out of guilt, out of old dreams we keep alive like ghosts. And in doing so, we create new karma. Fresh wounds layered on old scars. The lesson becomes a cycle. The teacher becomes the test. Ending a marriage doesn't always mean something went wrong. It might mean something went right, that you learned what you came to learn. You stopped betraying yourself. You remembered your boundaries. You found your voice. You healed your past. And when that healing is real, the need for that partner, for that dynamic, for that particular pain fades. You have completed the soul contract, and the soul moves on. It is not weakness to walk away. It is wisdom. Because knowing when to release is just as sacred as knowing when to commit. Some people were never meant to stay. They were meant to awaken, to challenge, to crack you open so light could finally get in. And if you keep them longer than their purpose, you will both suffer. So when love turns into silence, when the soul feels caged, when staying begins to dim your light instead of expanding it, ask yourself, is this love or a lesson that has already ended? You are allowed to honor your path. You are allowed to leave what no longer nurtures your growth. You are allowed to end what has already ended silently, in the space between two beating hearts. Endings are not failures. They are spiritual graduations. They say, you learned, you lived, you grew. Now go. So, bless the one who. And remember this, the universe does not waste pain, and it never mourns the endings that serve your soul. Because in every goodbye, there is a deeper hello to yourself. There comes a moment on every soul's journey when they've loved enough to break and broken enough to awaken. This is that moment. When love is no longer something you fall into blindly, but something you rise into with your eyes open, your heart whole, and your spirit aware. Karma is not a punishment, it is a teacher. But eventually, you must graduate the class, and that is what conscious love offers you. A relationship not born from wounds, but from wisdom, not from patterns, but from presence. You begin to see clearly who you attract, why you attract them, and what lesson each person brings. You begin to see your own reflection in every heartbreak, every argument, every moment of emotional chaos, and instead of blaming, you begin healing. See, most karmic relationships operate like mirrors in a funhouse, distorted, dramatic, full of echoes from the past. They show you what's unhealed, but conscious love, it shows you what's possible. It's a choice, a daily sacred choice, to grow together, to see each other fully without illusions, to hold space for each other's shadow and light. But make no mistake, you cannot enter this kind of love while still carrying the wounds of karmic repetition. You must first become aware. Aware of the old stories you keep telling yourself. I'm not worthy. Love must hurt. I always get abandoned. They always leave. These are not truths. They are echoes of old karma, old pain, asking to be witnessed. To break the cycle, you must stop searching for someone to complete you, and instead become someone who remembers themselves. You must forgive yourself for the years spent loving in confusion. You must honor your past without dragging it into your future. Because once you stop chasing love from a place of emptiness, you begin attracting love from a place of wholeness. And the person who arrives to meet you there, they won't come to fix you. They'll come to grow with you. Not a karmic bond, but a soul alliance. They will not ignite your chaos. They will nurture your peace. They will not manipulate your wounds. They will honor your healing. And together, you won't play games. You'll build temples of trust, of truth, of time well spent in the now. This is the moment where karma ends and dharma begins, where you step out of the loop and walk your path with intention, where love is no longer a reaction but a revelation. And it's not because the world changed, it's because you did. You listened, you learned, you released. Now you love. So ask yourself today, am I still loving from my past, or am I ready to love from my power? Am I choosing familiar pain or courageous peace? Am I repeating the cycle or breaking it once and for all? Conscious love is not a fairy tale. It is not perfect. It is not free of struggle, but it is free of blindness. It is free of the old karmic fog. It is love with both feet on the ground and both hearts open to the truth. So if you find yourself here, tired of the old stories, ready for new beginnings, know this, you are not too late. You are right on time. And the kind of love you've been waiting for is the one that's born when you finally stop waiting and begin awakening.